have function. We're all about the function over here.
With Amazon Prime
Oh, we got Amazon Prime ads is what we got here. That's cool. Wait, what? I'm not getting paid? What the hell are ads doing on my thing?
You get the whole
Excuse you, I'm not making this money. What's this? I am annoyed. Let's load our game. I believe I was here. Oh, it even has it highlighted. That's nice. Oh my goodness. Those are August 31st of a different year. That's amazing that I stopped and picked this game back up in August. Anyway. Yeah. This is exactly where I was. Phew. Alright. So, what do I ask next? Do you know anything about a vault or save? Yeah, let's get to that's important. Do you know anything about a vault or save hidden in this house?
Yes, Mr. Alton mentioned a safe place once or twice, although I don't know the exact location. I'm sure it's in the house somewhere, but the way he spoke of how inconvenient it was, I assume it wasn't located in his study.
Well, I mean, you want a vault to be inconvenient so other people don't find it. Ideally, you don't have to go to the vault very much. So that's an important clue. Do you know anything about any experiments? Yeah, actually, I'd like to know about this. Do you know anything about any experiments with altering genetics that Mr. Otten ran?
Mr. Alton has run a good number of studies on genetics, but experimentation was more the forte of his old business partner.
Do tell.
That was nearly 20 years ago, though.
No, I said do tell. I did not say... Hold up! I want a name! I want to know this dude who's messing with genetics about 20 years ago. Does anyone in your family suffer from any kind of medical condition? This is a question that I ask with no stimulus whatsoever. I just ask everyone this, don't worry about it. Sophia places her hands on her hips and gives me a sharp glare.
Has someone been talking about my husband?
No, yes, but also... I will throw Liam under the bus because I hate him and I don't even think it was him who said that, but... Well... Liam told Aki, and Aki told me, so yes, I'm gonna throw Liam under the bus because he sucks. Liam told me about him.
That boy.
Boy! Sophia's expression tightens for a brief moment, but it doesn't take long for her to regain her composure.
Yes, my husband's heart is failing, and Alton Engineering is the only company with the technology to keep him alive. Mr. Alton allowed my husband preferential treatment in exchange for my services. I may not receive a paycheck, but I value my husband's well-being even more.
Hey, that's great, and also your microphone has static. I mean, look, I know that I'm running kind of a ramshackle operation here, but when it's a recorded thing, I actually do make sure to noise cancel it. Although I have pretty much stopped doing pre-recorded things because I was getting the same level of success anyway. But on those singing bits before Doki Doki Literature Club, I sang those and then I noise canceled them. So appreciate it. I work hard. She clasps her hands together and straightens her back.
Now please do not pry any further into my private life.
Whew, that's all I wanted to know, lady. Don't even worry. I'll come back later.
Of course.
It's locked. Guess there's no hope of going. I'll never get in that room. Never. Ever. What's in here? Huh, Marissa's gone. I wonder where she went. Can't check between the couch cushions. Oh yeah, I can't really... Oh wait, no. Last time I neglected to notice that these are different paintings. So we have a cave, ocean, ocean man, mountain, and forest. So we got environments.
Oh, hello, Kansei.
Busted!
Did you need to...
Marissa points at the stall. No, it's fine. I was just wondering what you were doing in here. What do most people do in the bathroom? Weirdo.
Well...
Wait, do I want to know?
It's nothing bad.
This conversation is so weird given the context. She scans the room quickly with her eyes.
I just needed a place where I could be private. You know, someplace where no one's watching.
Quick question, what else would she scan the room with?
There are cameras all over this place, you know?
Oh, they don't have the Well, that's very nice of Mr. Otten to put it somewhere discreet. So?
That's terrifying. Aren't you bothered by the fact that someone you don't know could be watching your every move at any point in time?
I know him. It's Kevin. I've seen his monitors. It's creepy.
We give up so much of our private lives into the hands of strangers, and we don't even think twice.
I mean, that's true, but Yeah, I guess we don't.
Doesn't it bother you?
I guess so. It's probably something that should bother me more, all things considered.
Well, Mr. Otten at least had the decency to leave the restroom as a private area.
Yeah, now I'm just thinking about, like, anonymity in stuff. Because, you know, Facebook's mining the hell out of everyone's data, but we don't care because, well, I hate Facebook and I quit, actually. Well, actually, I got kicked off because I started arguing with a bunch of racists and won, so they got mad and reported me, and I refused to show them my personal ID to have on record, so I could not prove that it was my real name that I was using. So, fun fact, you can pretty much get rid of anybody you don't like on Facebook by reporting them for a fake name, and then unless they disclose even more personal information to Facebook, which, you know, they're gonna sell, they just lose the account. So I might have just burned Facebook to the ground, in which case, good.
I wonder how long that will last.
It's gonna last a while now that he's dead, lady! So you came in here because you need to be alone?
I just needed some time to think without feeling like someone is watching me.
I mean, that's fair. There's a huge difference between having your data mined or just being watched in public and, like, getting surveilled when you're alone. That's weird. I guess. I'll just leave you alone then. Yeah. Oh, I get kicked out immediately because I gotta give her space. Ooh. Security camera. It's enclosed in tinted plastic, so I can't see which direction it's pointing in. Is it looking at me? You'll never know, will you? So what do I do now? I guess I should harass Kevin a little more since I know that he's a liar now. Kevin smirks at me as I enter.
You're an interesting guy, Kansei.
What are you talking about?
Well, for one, you keep some interesting company. I was bored, so I decided to run facial recognition on them.
Uncomfortable you can do that.
I found quite a few newsreels about them, complete with security camera footage and mugshots. I admit, I literally laughed out loud at the one where they sold ownership shares to the Space Needle.
Ah, that's a pretty good scam. They did what?
Oh, you didn't know? Like I said, you keep some interesting company. Weirdly enough, when I looked up their police records, they were completely empty. They haven't been charged with anything.
Why was all of this stuff so easy to get? Even if you're, like, a decent hacker, shouldn't this have been some government stuff, like, confiscated and locked down? Like, on a closed system, that's the other thing. Everyone's like, oh, hacking's magic. No, man, if it's not connected to the internet, you can't hack into it. That's the easiest way to keep a hacker out, is just don't plug it into a thing. That's why I am pretty sure that all the most important stuff is on a closed system. That's why the US government's nuclear launch codes are on a floppy disk. Like one of those giant, literally floppy disks. No surprise there, Detective Gursky said Aki cut a deal, and no doubt she used her consent to make her argument a little more compelling.
The other girl with you is the real problem, though.
Oh, you don't know nothing about her. Who, Lee May?
I couldn't find a single thing on her. No online profile, no yearbook, no images of her anywhere. And no connection to anything your other friends did.
I absolutely love the mystique around Lee May, because it looks a lot like she... So maybe she doesn't like social networking and she was homeschooled. What's the big deal?
Dude, seriously? You've gotta make a real effort to be that much of a ghost.
She's almost certainly like a government assassin.
There's no way that the government isn't involved in trying to cover something up.
You're one of those guys who thinks the moon landing was faked, aren't you?
Oh, come on, it's not like that. Besides,
That's a pretty
how much do you know about her anyway?
Well, I can't exactly tell him that she has a constant that makes her a human sponge for emotions. Beyond that, I really don't know a thing. Aki seemed uncomfortable about the topic, and Detective Gursky shut me down completely when I asked. I know enough.
Of course you do. You're the genius detective, after all.
Hey man, I can trust her. She's cool. I trust that danger lolly implicitly. You know, I just realized, between Lee May and the entire cast of Princess Principal, I don't like lollies that way, but I do enjoy watching danger lollies. Weird. Kevin taps a few keys on his keyboard and two of the monitors light up with an old newspaper article.
Genius siblings solve another cold case. I gotta admit, you're actually kinda cool. So, are you on a super secret mission right now or something?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know, since you're using a fake name and hanging out with criminals and stuff.
Oh, right, if you found that article, it means he knows who I am. I hate this house. Yes! I am working undercover! Yeah, I'm working undercover right now.
That's so cool! Hey, Do you think the government would hire me to do, like, spy computer stuff?
I don't know. I guess I'll ask?
Sweet!
What should I talk about? Let's bust open this Liam thing, because I hate that guy and I want him out of the way as soon as possible.
You mean all the drinking and gambling, or extra stupid stuff?
The extra stuff. I was thinking about other things.
Oh, the dog fights then.
You knew about that?
Well, yeah. I'm the reason Mr. Otten found out in the first place. He asked me to track Liam's movements on his phone. Guess he didn't trust him.
And he absolutely shouldn't have.
There's a surprise. Anyway, I noticed Liam was spending more and more time in a corner of town that's not really hot on the usual party clubs, so I did some more digging. Found out that Liam was watching dogfights, and in some cases, funding them himself. Big Will was furious when I told him.
That is absolutely horrible. What an absolute piece of garbage.
When you showed up, I thought he had hired a private investigator to get some proof.
I mean, even if you're an absolute, just, like, rich, useless trash man, that's not even the best way to get your kicks, and also it involves hurting dogs, which makes it pretty much the worst thing you could conceivably do.
I guess it's kind of a moot point now.
And now he's rich. But he's also terrified, and apparently he's in with some really bad people, so he's probably gonna die in a matter of time. Do you know anything about a vault in this house?
A vault? Can't say I do.
Do not give
If I
me
had to
further
guess,
information.
I'd say it's probably in his office. It's the most secure place around here, after all. Although, I can't think of anything he might have that's more valuable than that precious artifact collection of his.
Precious artifact collection, you say? Now,
He sunk more money than I care to think about buying all that old stuff up.
Now, if I were a rich man, and I had all of my valuable stuff in one room, I would not put my other valuable stuff in that same room.
Maybe that old museum of his is the vault. He certainly loves it enough.
What do you mean?
He wanders in there all the time, just to look at stuff.
Kevin points at one of the monitors on the wall. The glowing screen displays an angled image of the museum.
That room has so much stuff he cares about. You could probably say it's his vault.
Kevin points to the bottom corner of the screen.
There's a blind spot right here. Anything under the camera won't show up on the monitor.
Conspicuous coughing, but also I have severe lung devastation right now.
It's the only place in the house with such a massive blind spot. I keep telling Mr. Otten that we should reposition the camera, but he refuses.
Why would Mr. Otten willingly hide a portion of his house? Maybe there's something that he doesn't want Kevin to see. I'll have to go inspect it myself. What should I talk about? Kevin's face darkens and he tugs on his hair nervously.
Yeah, that.
There's nothing to feel bad about. I guess tugging on his hair seems weird because it's slicked back, so it's like I imagine that he has to grab it from behind. I'm sure he just grabs the side.
You think so? Because I think there's plenty to feel bad about.
Well, there's nothing to feel guilty about. He glares at me.
My parents took out a loan so I could go to a good college, yeah? Everything looks okay until my last year, when the company suddenly changes their policy.
Wait, oh no.
The minimum payment shoots up, and the interest rate goes through the roof.
That's gross. They can't do that!
Sure they can. It was in the contract, printed all tiny and in legal junk. My parents are too trusting, but they wouldn't have gotten into this situation if it wasn't for me. And if I had been there, maybe I could have read the contract myself and seen something.
Okay, well, definitely read your own contracts and have people look over stuff that pertains to them. There are lessons here. But, yeah. That sucks. That is some grade A corporate bullshit, and I'm sure stuff like that happens all the time in real life. Read your contracts. Looks like he wants to say more, but instead he merely gazes at the ground.
So yeah, I feel pretty bad about it. But what can I do, you know?
Revenge. That's all for now.
Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
Yeah, right, mate. Kevin wouldn't appreciate it if I poke around his stuff, though. I'm just gonna mosey on out here. Let's check that room out presently. Wait, no, not that room. Examine the wooden box at the far end of the room. It's the only item in the room that can't be seen from the security cameras. It's also one of the few items not under glass. I suspect that Mr. Otten was hiding something in this box. Actually, that's doing a pretty bad job of hiding stuff. Why not, like, the basement behind a secret wall. I guess if he's visiting it frequently, though, he doesn't want it to be like that. I run my hands along the side of the box, looking for some sort of latch or door. One of the decorative panels on the box shifts under my fingers, but nothing happens. Hey, Lee May, do you know anything about this? I point at the box, and Lee May approaches it and inspects it carefully. Inspects.
It's locked.
Thank you, Lee May! I love her so much. It's just like, hey, what can you tell me about this dude? He's scared. No, yeah, I got that when he screamed, get him out of here, in panic. Hey, Lee May, what are you doing with this box? It's locked. Thanks. What do you mean? I don't see a keyhole on it or anything. She shakes her head.
It is a puzzle box. You must rearrange the panels on the side to open the doors.
I see. How do I do that? She shakes her head again.
I will do it.
Are you sure?
I want to help. Aki does not let me work because she worries about me. But there's no danger with this. I can be useful again.
Danger? Well, if she wants to, I don't see why I shouldn't let her. She probably has a better idea of what to do anyway. I wouldn't actually know where to begin. Which is... I guess his sister was like the mechanical puzzler. That's the evidence we gathered at the beginning. She touches the side panel lightly and slides it back and forth, tilting her ear towards the box as if she's listening for something. After a few seconds, she moves her hand to the other side of the box and repeats the process. She pauses, takes a step back, and looks at the box carefully.
This will take some time. Please return later.
Huh? Oh, sure. I back out of the room to give her some time to herself. Man, Lee May's so cool. Tiny little safecracker.